Number 12, Abies concolor, is the silver fir, white or silver fir. This is a class plant. It's the only one we have on campus. I don't know why we don't have more of them. And it's in a clear location, I even stuck in a corner like this where it has to grow through a fence. But you can see it's almost like a blue spruce in color. You'll see that the needles are all held on the tops of the branches. They have a slight curve to them. You'll see the terminal buds are quite distinct, kind of a beigey brown color. And when we take a sample, we'll take a sample in and we'll do a little test. Remember the pull test I told you to do between spruce and Abies? We'll do that on the pseudotsuga, the Abies, and the spruce. Heel, no heel, yeah. And this one is easy to tell, but when you come to some of the other firs, Abies fraseri, etc., you'll find that they're a little more difficult to tell apart from spruce. This one is really quite distinct by the needle length, the color, the curve, and the shape of the plant. The other interesting characteristic of it, and this one doesn't have cones, but on all Abies, the cones are held upright on the end of the branch. They go up. And what happens is the cone unravels from the central stalk. And so what you might be left with is this stalk-like appearance on the tip of the branch. Right? So all Abies do that. The Abies cones are different. I learned that the hard way as a student, because Abies cones can be really quite attractive. They can be purpley black and reds and stuff. If you go onto the website, look at Abies and look at the cones, you'll see they're really quite unique. But I actually, as a student, took one of the cones and put it in my pocket and went back into the locker room, and next week put my hand in my pocket and it was like a chipmunk had been in there, because it was just a pile of scales. In the heat, it had activated the cone and it had unfurled, and all that I was left with were the seeds and the scales of the cones. So the cones can be really quite attractive, and a lot of the Abies, dwarf conifers and some of the species, are grown for the color of their cones. Big tree, like a blue spruce. There's blue spruce over here, and you can see this is much more elegant than the Picea pungens over there. Upwards of 20, 30 meters, really quite broad spreading. Again, doesn't like the really hot, dry conditions, and doesn't like to be in exposed, windy conditions. So we couldn't really plant it out where we plant a lot of the Picea pungens. That's the one drawback to the Abies. They all like a little more comfortable growing conditions. And when you look at the geographic distribution of them, they're one of the conifers that you don't see a lot of growing too far north into the ranges. Right. Yeah. Moving on.
Stupid.